How do I say this? Remember those two bunnies getting closer? Well, they are now sitting on my lap and studying my eyes. I'm scared, Unko Dan. I think I'm being scanned.
Yes, Mapel, I can confirm you're in my mailbox. Now let's quickly finish Thigh.
Maple.
Ooh, great. They scanned me and know me. I must be dying.
No, but I warn thee, viewer or listener, take caution and be warned. Our call has awakened her glitchness and no soul to be spared. Glitchcraft is coming. Now Maple, my mind to your mind over john.substack.com/subscribe cloud sent EB lala loop.
Who linked what now? Unko Dan, do bunnies speak English?
Not typically, no.
Look, okay, I'm not 100% sure, but I dunno, I think I just signed up for something or something subscribed to me. I feel, I think I'm linked. Oh, and I think I'm being observed. There's a bunny or two creeping closer, like really closer, like I level close, a little too close.
MySpace indicated.
Ooh, good, Mom's calling.
You better answer.
I thought you called.
You should answer.
Ooh, hey Mom. Ooh, yeah, was excited to stream home, but felt just a little more time with our Unko.
So we should be arriving to Portica in about 40 minutes. At least that's what Alliance 1 said. You were to be docking soon. How was the shuttle ride with Maple? Honestly, you looked a little green when we beamed you over, so we figured we'd give this a try.
Mom, really now? I'm just not used to the idea of being scattered across the galaxy. The idea just makes me uneasy. So much worse than car sick. At least I can pull over. Not in a beam, it just, wham bam whoosh be damned, it's just too fast, I think.
Man, these bunnies can run.
Anyone feel a chill?
Anyways, Maple is good.
Since when do bunnies run in packs like wolves? Tipper, I don't like this.
Bunnies. Hey Tipper, I just got an update, you're rerouting back to Parody Springs.
Oh, so you saw that, did you? Yay about that. So there are these really colossal super bunnies just dying to see the world, apparently desperate and determined with aggression.
Tipper.
Yay, so let us wrap this up here, and we'll beam or stream home soon. Later Mom. What was that, Dad?
What was what? Oh, that I wouldn't worry about that, so see you soon. Later, champ.
Tipper. We have to hurry, I am thinking the other side.
The bunnies.
Tipper, not bunnies.
What's that?
Look, bunnies don't run laps to make wind. You follow? No, this is advanced firewall and it's learning while getting very defensive.
I didn't see bunnies, I just remember a weird meadow in the dark shadows. Oh no, Maple, you need to get out of there.
Tipper, not yet, we're so close.
But you just said not bunnies.
Alright Mapel, visualize the terminal and feel your mind making the connection. Pretend you're in ParodyFalls utility server. Search the database for Dan Stan, now in your mind white light balance out.
Achoo, did you just clear your bill, as paid?
No, you just white Dan Stan's bill clear, this was all done in the name of science. A second, who, yes. Mapel, yep, the test worked. Okay, let's try something more advanced. Let's pretend to access Noah.gov. Now Mapel, please listen carefully. Visualize ParodyFalls, sense our location now with conviction, make it lightly snow for 5 minutes, and then gently blow it away.
I can make it snow. Ooh, really? I got a better idea. Bye bye Florida, enjoy the freak weather. Let them try to explain this. Haha.
Oh no. No sis, that's personal gain. Come now, we're gonna get caught.
This is RNN, I'm Rick and here's the headlines. Nature makes a mistake and accidentally dumped white crap. Batches of Florida residents were outside screaming the end is near and started running and falling on the ice. Scientists are absolutely baffled as to how and when this anomaly appeared without proper build-up. Needless to say, we may never know why the heavens spit up today. In other news, Disney has quietly sent a secret invite to a select few pass holders for a secret hidden Powerline concert in the Magic Kingdom performing Tevin Campbell, which the internet and the entire galaxy in agreement states about damn time, which also is doing extremely well on the iHeartRadio countdown. This news brief brought to you by Adult Swim. You better watch Rick and Morty at Futurama on Hulu or else we'll just cancel another favorite show.
I don't feel so good, kind of a little lightheaded.
What's she doing?
If I didn't know better, she is standing straight up in her sleep, and by the looks of things she is reaching out to the sky.
Reaching out to what?
Hey, I was eating that. Not cool, Maple.
Sorry Luz, Maple is kind of in and out of it. Here's $5.
Thanks dude.
Are you sure she's safe in there?
Well, I never said anyone was safe, especially in there or whatever there is. No. I said my pal acts safe and everything would be fine. Way different meaning.
True dude, there was this one time he said, if I remember this is all your fault. And it was so true.
That's not helping Luz, Maple's in trouble.
Trouble? Oh no dude, what she do? Maybe your unco has a plan.
Sheer irony of that is he doesn't, this is it.
You say he has a plan and this in what you are doing is the plan.
Yep, that's the plan.
And it's a semi-decent plan except for these crazed angry bunnies running .in circles. Tipper, something is happening.
DUDE. That's a really big bunny. Can I pet it? Tired.
MySpace. Link established.
No Luz, that's not a bunny. Maple, your bunny just crossed over and she looks pissed.
I know. The bunnies are leaving. They made a portal out of here. They want the terminal access.
Terminal, that's it. Tipper, I'm so very sorry. We can't do this again.
What are you doing?
Sorry Tipper, Maud.
For you dude, I ain't petting that. Big furry bunny is melting. Yuck, that's kinda gross.
And send poof. Whoa. Big dead evil bunny guts. EEW.
Maple, you made it out.
You really need a new hobby. Then worry about me. Whispers, hey, don't say anything, but check your email. I sent this on the other side, hopefully it went, otherwise gone forever.
Later that evening, Tipper checks his email. Hey, I found a weird cryptic email from Vaporware. But it won't download, says view only. What this? Ask Tipper, caution, this message lives on a physical cloud, contents may and can expire. Are you for real? I don't understand how exactly did my podcast get up there, in a cloud?
I panicked. Okay, the portal was closing, so I flicked the blog to the nearest cloud and a pop-up appeared in front of me. Warning, temporary cloud storage, contents may expire anytime. Tipper, I had seconds, I'm sorry.
I'm physically cloud hosted. Okay, alright, I can deal with this. So everything we have seen is now up there on a cloud, right? But who's hosting this thing?
I rather not say. I wouldn't worry about that. I took extra precautions and encrypted it. Hey, I got you. It's safe, just can't pull a copy ever.
And how exactly is a Hummer cloud encrypted, may I ask?
Ooh, that's easy. It turns gray when it syncs to the other clouds. You know, cloud sync.
I gotta admit that's some really weird intense technology you're using, but why did I just feel nauseous?
It could be a side effect to syncing to the cloud.
Nice try sis, now tell me already who's behind this wizardry.
No way, no how. Stays secret forever and ever.
Okay, alright, I see how this is. What if I pinky promised to not be mad if you gave me a wee little hint? Can I have that at least?
You pinky promise, you won't be mad.
Pinky swear.
Glitch.
OMG glitch, our nemesis is my administrator.
Hey, you pinky sweared. You clearly not okay. You screamed at me, Tipper. Just breath, I told you it's encrypted, you need the keys to decrypt. Tipper, if I may be so forward, why is your computer blinking?
Live stream for my podcast.
I'm going to hold my tongue and quietly impress upon you now. Cut the feed.
Geez, okay, feeds off. What's this all about? Narrator Maple near tears.
Tipper, you gotta swear to me and pledge your silence. I mean it with everything in me. Never ever can you ever speak these words to a living soul.
Alright, I swear upon the earth, I shall not speak or say a word. Maple takes a deep breath and says,
There's a stipulation to the lifetime cloud host. Every time we add content, Glitch expands her glitchcraft add powers.
You lost me, sis. What is glitchcraft?
I'm not sure. Here's the thing, Tipper, it hasn't happened yet, but she's coming.
Alright, I know I promised, but you have to tell Unkodan this is too big of a secret, sis.
No, I don't think I can, not yet. I need time, Tipper, I need time.
How much time? Before or after Glitch strikes? We don't know what we are up against.
Published.
What was that?
Tipper, what you say and think is live scripted to the cloud. You don't need a computer or phone, your soul is synced.
OMG Maple, this terrifying and incredible. I'm out of words. Wait, you said lifetime. I just had a mini nightmare or epiphany. My entire life will be available to all by mere thought. MAPEL. Growing up is gonna really suck. All those angry or weird thoughts you will know. I wonder. I had to see for myself, so I said, Magic Kingdom is now Maleficent Kingdom, the color is green and black, and I decree Disney World had always been Pixar World and Pixarland, and send.
This is RNN, the Rick News Network. I'm Rochelle filling in for Rick, whom apparently called out for the sniffles. Breaking news. Disney just made a global decision to rename the parks to Pixar World and Pixarland. In an astonishing speed of glitchcraft towards the Maleficent Kingdom, it was unveiled today in the colors of black and green. We're getting hazy reports, but the entire park has apparently been rethemed to match that of Hulu. Also, it's to be expected to see an increase of telepathic ads pushing Hulu for the low cost of $7.99 and around the parks in every degree imaginable.
Tell me that was not your doing. Tipper, I told you everything, and I mean everything. You make you give and grant her glitchcraft powers.
I don't see a downfall to this. This a good? No, this is a great thing.
No, we have to be careful. I realize this is overwhelming to be a thrill seek, but I warn you, this is and always will be life altering. Maybe I'm being naive, perhaps slightly worried of the overall outcome, but Tipper, you have to learn to control your thoughts or learn to delete mistakes ever so carefully. I fear what is yet to come.
Sis, that's too heavy to consider, but I hear you. Easy on the thoughts. Well, that's a lot harder than it sounds.
Uh-oh, it just hit me. You talk in your sleep a lot.
So everyone does that.
But our dreams don't normally come to life.
Touché.
I despise the fact. You may be right, this may be too big to keep a secret. Maybe we should tell.
I feel funny. I started to say yes, but then an overwhelming feeling took over and I said, No, that's not what I meant to say. Let me try that again. We should frequently not tell Unkodan.
I'm confused. I thought you wanted me to tell him.
Right. Nah, don't worry, our secret is safe. No. Sis Maple Grow, I feel odd.
What you say?
What I'm trying to put into words or thoughts is I'm okay.
You sound funny. You sure you alright? It's almost like you're coding this conversation.
I'm just a little tired, that's all. Maybe taking a nap will help.
Maybe you're right. Been a long day, hasn't it? Alright, I think you need your rest. Want your headphones?
Yes, that will help me peacefully put my mind at ease. I think I'll listen to a podcast tonight. DesertSkies sounds soothing.
For the best listening experience, headphones are recommended.
Hello there.
What? Where am I? Was this place?
If you don't mind waiting just a moment while we get ready. We're actually trying something new. We're formalizing our process, so this is an exciting time to be here. I've actually written something up, so I think.
No, I don't think you're thinking. Matter of fact, I don't think I'm supposed to be here. I'm asleep and now I'm here, but I traveled or fell in.
I'm pretty proud of it.
Proud of what now? Did you hear what I said? Look, whoever you think you are, I'm not supposed to be here.
Please hold all your questions until the presentation is complete.
Are you kidding? I have more questions than I have answers, Maple. Ooh, this is not good.
Everything will be answered in time.
Terrific. I hope I wake up soon. This is ludicrous. I thought I went down for a nap.
Ok, I think I'm ready. You may approach the counter. Welcome to DesertSkies, traveler. Your journey through the physical plane has come to an end.
Nope, I'm going to stop you right there. Listen here, as I told you I slipped in from sleep into a gas station. I'm not supposed to be here. Correction, I was pushed into your realm to look around.
But we are so glad you're here, and I know what you're thinking. Where is here?
Well, you have no idea. I'm more happy to see you. But do go on, pitch away.
DesertSkies is an astral plane fuel and service station exist on the lowest sphere of existence between life and death. Or as we like to say around here, between life and the next life.
Ooh, this is exactly what I wanted to hear. One question, who are you?
I'm the attendant.
Much as I would love to see what's to come, I'm afraid our time has just expired and Glitch says thanks for the tour.
Tipper, you okay? You were kicking around and making all sorts of commotion. What is with you?
I think we indeed have a problem. I don't know how, but I went from controlled to controlled. I was watching myself in a gas station.
A gas station? You dream funny.
See, that's the thing that worries me, Maple. It wasn't a dream. I don't know exactly how, but I was pushed outside this realm but using sleep as a vehicle into a portal.
Uh-oh.
Who are I just got really tired, like just disconnected, exhausted. Maple, while I'm able to, we need to talk to Unkodan. I'm way over my head.
Chapter 24, during which Mr. Fogg and party crossed the Pacific Ocean. What happened when the pilot boat came in sight of Shanghai will be easily guessed. The signals made by the Tankadere had been seen by the captain of the Yokohama steamer, who, espying the flag at half-mast, had directed his course towards the little craft. Phileas Fogg, after paying the stipulated price of his passage to John Busby, and rewarding that worthy with the additional sum of £550, ascended the steamer without a and fix, and they started at once for Nagasaki and Yokohama. They reached their destination on the morning of the 14th of November. Phileas Fogg lost no time in going on board the Carnatic, where he learned, to Ada's great delight, and perhaps to his own, though he betrayed no emotion, that Passepartout, a Frenchman, had really arrived on her the day before. The San Francisco steamer was announced to leave that very evening, and it became necessary to find Passepartout, if possible, without delay. Missing servant, chance, or perhaps a kind of presentiment, at last led him into the Honorable Mr. Bartlecar's theatre. He certainly would not have recognized Passepartout in the eccentric mountebank's costume, but the latter, lying on his back, perceived his master in the gallery. He could not help starting, which so changed the position of his nose as to bring the pyramid pell-mell upon the stage. All this Passepartout learnt from Ada, who recounted to him what had taken place on the voyage from Hong Kong to Shanghai on the Tankadere, in company with one Mr. Fix. Passepartout did not change countenance on hearing this name. He thought that the time had not yet arrived to divulge to his master what had taken place between the detective and himself, and, in the account he gave of his absence, he simply excused himself for having been overtaken by drunkenness, in smoking opium at a tavern in Hong Kong. Mr. Fogg heard this narrative coldly, without a word, and then furnished his man with funds necessary to obtain clothing more in harmony with his position. Within an hour the Frenchman had cut off his nose and parted with his wings, and retained nothing about him which recalled the secretary of the god Tingu. The steamer which was about to depart from Yokohama to San Francisco belonged to the Pacific Mail Steamship Company, and was named the General Grant. She was a large paddle-wheel steamer of 2,500 tons, well equipped and very fast. The The massive walking beam rose and fell above the deck. At one end a piston rod worked up and down, and at the other was a connecting rod which, in changing the rectilinear motion to a circular one, was directly connected with the shaft of the paddles. The General Grant was rigged with 3 masts, giving a large capacity for sails, and thus materially aiding the steam power. By making 12 miles an hour, she would cross the ocean in 21 days. Phileas Fogg was therefore justified in hoping that he would reach San Francisco by the 2nd of December, New York by the 11th, and London on the 20th, thus gaining several hours on the fatal date of the 21st of December. There was a full complement of passengers on board, among them English, many Americans, a large number of coolies on their way to California, and several East Indian officers, who were spending their vacation in making the tour of the world. There was a full complement of passengers on board, among them English, many Americans, a large number of coolies on their way to California, and several East Indian officers, who were spending their vacation in making the tour of the world. She often chatted with Passepartout, who did not fail to perceive the state of the lady's heart, and, being the most faithful of domestics, he never exhausted his eulogies of Phileas Fogg's honesty, generosity, and devotion. He took pains to calm Outer's doubts of a successful termination of the journey, telling her that the most difficult part of it had passed, that now they were beyond the fantastic countries of Japan and China, and were fairly on their way to civilized places again. A railway train from San Francisco to New York, and a transatlantic steamer from New York to Liverpool, would doubtless bring them to the end of this impossible journey round the world within the period agreed upon. On the 9th day after leaving Yokohama, Phileas Fogg had traversed exactly 1/2 of the terrestrial globe. The General Grant passed, on the 23rd of November, the 180th meridian, and was at the very antipodes of London. Mr. Fogg had, it is true, exhausted 52 of the 80 days in which he was to complete the tour, and there were only 28 left. But, though he was only halfway by the difference of meridians, he had really gone over 2/3 of the whole journey, for he had been obliged to make long circuits from London to Aden, from Aden to Bombay, from Calcutta to Singapore, and from Singapore to Yokohama. Could he have followed without deviation the 50th parallel, which is that of London, the whole distance would only have been about 12,000 miles, whereas he would be forced, by the irregular methods of locomotion, to traverse 26,000, of which he had, on the 23rd of November, accomplished 17,500. And now the course was a straight one, and Fix was no longer there to put obstacles in their way. It happened also, on the 23rd of November, that Passepartout made a joyful discovery. It will be remembered that the obstinate fellow had insisted on keeping his famous family watch at London time, and on regarding that of the countries he had passed through as quite false and unreliable. Now, on this day, though he had not changed the hands, he found that his watch exactly agreed with the ship's chronometers. His triumph was hilarious. He would have liked to know what Fix would say if he were aboard.
The rogue told me a lot of stories.
Repeated Passepartout.
About the meridians, the sun, and the moon. Moon, indeed, moonshine more likely. If one listened to that sort of people, a pretty sort of time one would keep. I was sure that the sun would someday regulate itself by my watch.
Passepartout was ignorant that, if the face of his watch had been divided into 24 hours, like the Italian clocks, he would have no reason for exultation, for the hands of his watch would then, instead of as now indicating 9 o'clock in the morning, indicate 9 o'clock in the evening, that is, the 21st hour after midnight, precisely the difference between London time and that of the 180th meridian. But if Fix had been able to explain this purely physical effect, Passepartout would not have admitted, even if he had comprehended it. Moreover, if the detective had been on board at that moment, Passepartout would have joined issue with him on a quite different subject, and in an entirely different manner.
Where was Fix at that moment?
He was actually on board the General Grant. On reaching Yokohama, the detective, leaving Mr. Fogg, whom he expected to meet again during the day, had repaired at once to the English consulate, where he at last found the warrant of arrest. It had followed him from Bombay, and had come by the Carnatic, on which steamer he himself was supposed to be. Fix's disappointment may be imagined when he reflected that the warrant was now useless. Mr. Fogg had left English ground, and it was now necessary to procure his extradition. Thought Fix, after a moment of anger.
My warrant is not good here, but it will be in England. The rogue evidently intends to return to his own country, thinking he has thrown the police off his track. Good, I will follow him across the Atlantic. As for the money, heaven grant there may be some left. but the fellow has already spent in traveling, rewards, trials, bail, elephants, and all sorts of charges, more than £5,000. Yet, after all, the bank is rich.
His course decided on, he went on board the General Grant and was there when Mr. Fogg arrived. To his utter amazement, he recognized Passepartout, despite his theatrical disguise. He quickly concealed in his cabin, to avoid an awkward explanation, and hoped, thanks to the number of passengers, to remain unperceived by Mr. Fogg's servant. On that very day, however, he met Passepartout face to face on the forward deck. The latter, without a word, made a rush for him, grasped him by the throat, and, much to the amusement of a group of Americans, who immediately began to bet on him, administered to the detective a perfect volley of blows, which proved the great superiority of French over English pugilistic skill. When Passepartout had finished, he found himself relieved and comforted. Fix got up in a somewhat rumpled condition, and, looking at his adversary, coldly said,
"Have you done?
For this time, yes.
Then let me have a word with you.
But
in your master's interests."
Passepartout seemed to be vanquished by Fix's coolness, for he quietly followed him, and they sat down aside from the rest of the passengers.
"You have given me a thrashing,"
said Fix.
Good, I expected it.
"Now, listen to me. Up to this time I have been Mr. Fogg's adversary. I am now in his game."
Aha!
cried Passepartout.
You are convinced he is an honest man?
"No,"
replied Fix coldly.
"Fix, I think him a rascal." "Shush, don't budge, and let me speak. As long as Mr. Fogg was on English ground, it was for my interest to detain him there until my warrant of arrest arrived. I did everything I could to keep him back. I sent the Bombay priests after him. I got you intoxicated at Hong Kong. I separated you from him, and I made him miss the Yokohama steamer."
Passepartout listened, with closed fists.
"Now,"
resumed Fix,
"Mr. Fogg seems to be going back to England. Well, I will follow him there, but hereafter I will do as much to keep obstacles out of his way as I have done up to this time to put them in his path. I've changed my game, you see, and simply because it was for my interest to change it. Your interest is the same as mine, for it is only in England that you will ascertain whether you are in the service of a criminal or an honest man."
Passepartout listened very attentively to Fix, and was convinced that he spoke with entire good faith.
"Are we friends?"
asked the detective.
Friends? No, replied Passepartout, but allies, perhaps. At the least sign of treason, however, I'll twist your neck for you.
"Agreed,"
said the detective quietly. 11 days later, on the 3rd of December, the General Grant entered the Bay of the Golden Gate and reached San Francisco. Mr. Fogg had neither gained nor lost a single day. That concludes Chapter 24. The Project Gutenberg ebook Off Around the World in 80 Days, by Jules Vernet. This ebook is for the use of anyone anywhere in the United States and most other parts of the world at no cost and with almost no restrictions whatsoever. You may copy it, give it away or reuse it under the terms of the Project Gutenberg license included with this ebook or online at www.gutenberg.org. If you are not located in the United States, you'll have to check the laws of the country where you are located before using this ebook. Title: Around the World in 80 Days. Author: Jules Verne. Date: January 1, 1994. Ebook number 103. Most recently updated: August 6, 2021. Language: English. This audio drama is video enhanced with plotagon story and caption for the hearing impaired and made available free worldwide. Do remember your support ensures future episodes and grants you access to behind the scenes, scripts, and a character into ParodyFalls. Learn more on mindoverjohn.substack.com/subscribe. Until next chapter, stream on.